From eerie glimpses of what might be lurking in your basement,
What the f*** was that?
to the chilling remnants of the 1986 Chernobyl disaster, and even footage of nature's own bizarre quirks. If you're intrigued by the world of the unexplained, you're in for an extraordinary adventure.
Why? Why?
I used to love basements. They're cool and cozy, especially during those scorching summer days. But after seeing this clip's horror, my whole perspective flipped.
Was that you that moved that teddy bear? Can you move it again? Oh, shit.
This video was recorded by a homeowner who heard strange noises coming from his basement and decided to check it out. From the moment the camera starts rolling, the basement gives off seriously eerie vibes. It's dark, the atmosphere is heavy, and you can feel the tension. As the owner looks around, he spots a plush teddy bear on the ground. Feeling uneasy, he calls out to see if anyone's there, and that's when things get creepy.
Is there anyone here? What the f***?
Out of nowhere, the teddy bear suddenly falls to the ground on its own. The low light around the bear makes the scene even more terrifying. Then, as if that wasn't enough, an orb appears out of nowhere and passes right in front of the camera.
Did the teddy bear just f***ing move? What the f*** was that?
The homeowner is clearly shaken, but he sticks around just long enough to ask the spirit another question. The teddy bear responds by moving violently again, and that's when the owner decides he's had enough. He bolts out of the basement, and the video cuts off. Basements, man, they're downright terrifying. It's dark, it's creepy, and apparently it's the perfect place for ghosts and spirits to hang out. Honestly, after seeing that, I'd say just close it off because that teddy bear, definitely not cute anymore. I've heard people say that India isn't for beginners, and I always wondered why, until I saw this wild security footage from Gujarat. What in the Jumanji world is this? This video, captured by a home's main gate security camera, shows some seriously wild nighttime action. In the footage, a massive lion suddenly approaches the gate, charging at a guard dog on the other side. Just when you think it can't get any crazier, another lion appears, roaring at the dogs. Then, out of nowhere, one of the lions charges at the gate with so much force that it actually shakes it open. Thankfully, the lion didn't seem to notice that the gate had opened and eventually walked away, frustrated that it couldn't get to the dogs. The commotion woke up the homeowner, who came out to investigate, but by the time he got there, the lions had already left. He quickly closed the gate, and the video ends. This was downright terrifying. Just imagine if that lion had realized the gate was open and decided to stroll in. It could have been a disaster for those dogs, and no doubt for the homeowner as well. India is something else. A man proudly showed his Arab friend his newly adopted kitten, a tiny ball of fur that was undeniably cute. Impressed by the kitty, the Arab friend invited him over, teasing that he had a couple of kitties of his own to show. But what awaited him was beyond anything he could have imagined.
Hey, baby.
This isn't a scene from a movie. This is real life. The video captures an Arab man lounging casually in his home, but he's not alone. Flanking him are his two incredibly unconventional pet lions. Yes, you saw that right. Full-grown lions, lounging around as if they were just oversized house cats. One lion, with its light-colored mane, looks particularly fierce as it growls at something off-camera before nonchalantly starting to chew on the bed. The other, with a darker mane, lies calmly by its owner's side, embodying the surreal calm of a massive predator acting like a lap cat. But don't be fooled by the seemingly docile demeanor of these mighty beasts. Just one glance at those powerful jaws and razor-sharp teeth, and it's clear. If one of these lions were to become agitated or aggressive, the situation could turn dangerous in an instant. After all the ferocity, it's time to switch gears and show you the softer, more tender side of these wild creatures. Get ready for a heartwarming moment that will melt your heart. What you are watching isn't a bear cub attacking a man's leg. It is something far more touching, captured by a firefighter. This video shows a bear expressing what can only be described as gratitude toward the man who just saved its life. In the clip, you see the bear clinging to the man's leg like a scared child, refusing to let go. Having just been rescued from a raging forest fire, the bear seems to be either thanking the man for his bravery or still seeking comfort from the terrifying ordeal it just went through. The bear's hug is a poignant reminder that even the wildest of animals can show moments of vulnerability and affection. This heartwarming video beautifully illustrates how kindness transcends species boundaries. We've got some incredible actors in Hollywood, but even the top performers can't compete with the Oscar-worthy performances of these clever birds. The footage you just saw was captured by a store employee who had been kind enough to offer food and water to an exhausted bird. But then, something extraordinary happened. The other birds nearby suddenly began putting on an impressive act of their own. One by one, they started feigning exhaustion, lying on the ground with their beaks open, as if in desperate need of help, all in a bid to score some extra treats. It's like they've mastered the art of dramatic performance. While some bird species, like crows and jays, are known for their intelligence and crafty behavior, this takes it to another level. These birds aren't just smart, they're downright theatrical. Though they might not be pretending in the same way a human actor might, their behavior sure seems like a calculated move to deceive the kind store employee. Whether it was pure instinct or a cunning strategy, it's hard not to appreciate the creativity. And let's be honest, after a show like that, I hope the store employee rewarded their efforts with a little something extra. Imagine getting knocked out cold by an alligator. It sounds like something out of a cartoon, right? Well, you'll think differently after watching this video.
Ooh, he's coming back.
That was absolutely brutal. This video was captured by a local while an alligator trapper, and the police were in the process of removing an alligator from a neighborhood. In the footage, you can see the trapper securing the beast, which is lying on its belly with duct tape over its mouth and zip ties on its front legs. The gator appears to be fully restrained, and they load it onto the truck. But just when you think it's all under control, the gator has other plans. Out of nowhere, the alligator whips its powerful tail and lands a devastating slap on the trapper, knocking him out cold. The impact is so intense that the trapper collapses to the ground, leaving everyone onlookers in stunned disbelief. Even the police, witnessing the chaos, decided to retreat. Let's be honest, if the police can't handle a gator, who can we turn to? Gator madness at its finest. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. We've all seen drunk people pulling off some pretty wild antics, but have you ever seen a drunk squirrel trying to eat? This video will show you exactly what that looks like. That squirrel is in a world of its own. This video was filmed in a park where someone noticed a squirrel behaving very strangely after munching on something from a bowl. In the footage, the squirrel starts eating, but then suddenly begins to lean backward like a zombie. Just when you think it's going to topple over, it snaps back to life, as if someone hit the reset button. Then, it bends backward again, only to catch itself and resume munching like nothing happened. The video ends there, but it's clear that this little guy was in his own bizarre world. As it turns out, the squirrel wasn't just being quirky, it was actually drunk, the culprit. Fermented pears that it found in that blue bowl. The alcohol in the overripe fruit was enough to send the squirrel on a tipsy adventure, making it act like a little zombie. Honestly, I'm kind of curious about those fermented pears myself, if that's the kind of effect they have. This next video from Waitsfield, Vermont, is a stark reminder that while water is essential for life, it can also be terrifyingly unpredictable, especially when it comes to flash floods. This footage was captured by a local in Shepherd's Brook during what was supposed to be a peaceful hiking adventure. The video starts off with the person standing calmly over a small river, which at first appears tranquil and low. But suddenly, a massive wave of water surges in, quickly followed by icy torrents that grow bigger and bigger with every passing second. Before long, the water swells to such a height that it nearly reaches the cliff where the cameraman is standing. This video is a chilling reminder of how dangerous flash floods can be. One moment, everything seems perfectly calm, and the next, you're fearing for your life as the water rises with unstoppable force. Some comments on the video suggest that this could have been caused by an ice jam, a blockage of ice that suddenly gives way, releasing a flood. Whether it was an ice jam or not, one thing is clear: water can be as ferocious as it is essential. If you're looking to unwind and breathe deeply, I highly recommend a nice, refreshing hike. But always stay alert. This eerie video comes from June 2011 in Norway, where a hiker claims to have captured footage of two alien creatures lurking in the jungle. As the video begins, we see a foggy, dense forest. The cameraman zooms in, and in the distance, a mysterious figure starts to take shape within the mist. Then, as he pans the camera to the side, another similar figure appears. When the video is zoomed in and slowed down, the figures become even more intriguing. They resemble hunched human forms, but the pronounced hunch and the head shape are distinctly alien, eerily similar to the stereotypical alien images we've all seen online. The thick fog and grainy video quality obscure many details, but what we can see looks exactly like how you'd imagine an extraterrestrial to look. So what do you think? Is this just a trick of the light, or could these figures be something out of this world? It's pretty simple. We build cities so we can live peacefully without other beings disturbing us, and animals have forests for the same reason. But why do some people just refuse to respect the wild? Take these tourists, for example. They definitely got what was coming to them. This video, recorded by a tourist, starts off with a beautiful scene. A peaceful field with bison grazing in it. But things quickly take a turn when two tourists decide to ignore all common sense and venture way too close to these wild animals. One of the bison, noticing the intrusion, becomes agitated and charges at them. In a split second, one of the tourists makes a quick getaway, but the other, a woman, falls to the ground and plays dead. Miraculously, it works. The bison, instead of trampling her, stops its charge and begins sniffing around, seemingly confused by her sudden stillness. Meanwhile, the other tourists, witnessing this heart-stopping moment, are yelling and screaming, trying to distract the bison. After a few tense minutes, the bison loses interest and walks away, leaving the woman unharmed. But let's be real. This was a seriously foolish move. I mean, what did they expect when disturbing a wild animal's space? We all know that animals adapt to survive, but a deer deciding it's had enough of being bullied and choosing to eat a predator, that's just wild.
You eating a snake?
Yes, that's real footage. This video was captured by a driver who noticed something unusual on the side of the road. A deer chewing on what looked like a rope. But as they zoomed in, the scene became even more bizarre. The deer wasn't chewing on a rope. It was munching on a snake. That's right, this usually gentle herbivore was casually snacking on a predator, as if it were just part of its daily diet. Seeing a deer go after some extra protein like a seasoned hunter is nothing short of shocking. We all know deer typically stick to greens, but in the wild, survival often means taking advantage of whatever food source you can find. It's kind of like that kid in art class who gnaws on crayons made from tallow. There's some nutrients in there somewhere. Are you a believer in portals and alternate dimensions? If you're one of those who think there's more to reality than meets the eye, this camera glitch might just be for you. This video, captured by a security camera in the dead of night, appears to show a real-life portal opening up right next to a house. In the footage, a strange bright light suddenly appears near the wall and starts to morph into what looks like a portal. The light fluctuates, growing larger, then smaller, before flaring up again in a brilliant display. It's easy to see why someone might think this was a gateway to another dimension. But before you start making plans to explore the multiverse, the reality is a bit less fantastical. This was actually just a camera malfunction caused by a fluctuating light, likely due to some electrical issues in the area. If you're skeptical and thinking this might be computer-generated imagery, take a closer look. You can actually see the light reflecting off the surroundings, brightening and dimming as the portal pulses. In a remote California forest, where trail cameras are often deployed by wildlife enthusiasts and researchers, a piece of footage has emerged that sends shivers down the spine. The serene forest setting is suddenly disrupted when an enigmatic figure materializes in front of the camera, almost as if it appeared out of thin air. The figure, adopting a humanoid stance and adorned with a face mask, stands eerily still, fixating on the camera with an unsettling gaze. The mysterious individual then casually teleports to the side before the video unexpectedly concludes. While it's plausible that this is a person wearing a mask, the motivations behind their presence in the heart of the forest at that particular moment remain shrouded in mystery, injecting an unsettling element into the footage. Back in 2015, a video surfaced claiming to have captured a spooky encounter on Halloween. The footage unfolds in front of a festively decorated tree, adorned with hanging seeds and a black coat in the backdrop. Amidst these Halloween trinkets, something strange unfolds. At the 5-second mark, a wispy figure materializes in front of the black coat, taking on a human-like form. Over the next few seconds, the smoky figure seems to thicken, almost as if it's hanging upside down from the tree. The sight is downright eerie, and moments later, the figure appears to rise before vanishing into thin air. While the video hints at a ghostly presence or spirit, I'm open to considering alternative explanation. I welcome anyone to share their thoughts in the comment. Imagine yourself as a hiker exploring the deep Canadian Acadian woods, and suddenly you spot a large black creature stealthily trailing you. Naturally, your instinct would be to record the encounter, much like the hiker in this footage. The video captures a sizable black creature stalking the hiker from the bushes. After a few seconds of realizing it has been spotted, the creature ventures off into the forest, and the video concludes. In terms of appearance, the creature appears tall, possibly ranging from 8 to 10 feet in height when compared to the nearby woods. Its head and neck exhibit humanoid features, and its body is covered in thick black fur. It seems the hiker may have captured a rare and unsettling sight, the legendary Bigfoot. This video uploaded on YouTube had every single person confused when they watched it for the first time. A trail camera, which was set up to keep an eye on the wandering wildlife, detected something out of the ordinary. All of a sudden, in the middle of the day, a figure was recorded running through the forest. Even though the motion detection camera tried its best to follow the figure, it was too far for the camera to get a clear picture. In a matter of seconds, the figure was out of sight, and we were left with questions about what we had seen. The video, when uploaded, got loads of mixed reactions from everyone. For some, it was a real Bigfoot trying to get away from the camera, but for others, it was nothing but a human walking around in the woods. But I do have to say that the figure looked like it was entirely covered in brown hair, which makes me lean towards the idea that this was the real deal. Let me know what you guys think about it. I have been only a few times out to fish, so I can't exactly call myself an expert, but I am pretty sure what you are about to watch is not common. This guy managed to capture on film a whole bunch of fish just standing still in a river. I am not exactly sure what is going on. They seem to get ready for something, although I am not sure what. Is there anyone more knowledgeable on fishing and fish behavior? Why are they just standing still in such shallow waters? Recorded a couple of years ago, this clip looks like it came straight out of a scary movie. The man was on a walk late at night when he saw someone standing completely still ahead. The guy decided to move forward while recording the whole scene, but his soul left his body when he came mere inches away from the woman. Her face was completely covered in darkness, and she stood still, yet with her head slightly tilted. Even though her face wasn't visible, the man could sense her stare on him. Scared, he ran as fast as he could. After a few moments, as he turned back to see if the woman was still there, he found nothing. It looked like no one was there in the first place. The video lasted for a minute, during which he kept looking back, wondering where the creepy woman went. But he found nothing except for the creepy vibe the place was giving off. I have no idea if that was a real ghost or someone pranking the guy, but what I can tell is even if it was a prank, it can easily give a normal person a heart attack. Other than this, the authenticity of the clip remains shrouded in mystery still. The ocean has always been a mystery. Even till today, a huge part of it remains unexplored, which just adds to its mystery. What is it hiding? What kind of creatures lurk in those deep, dark regions? These are the questions which come to mind. And this clip might just give you a glimpse of what the ocean could be hiding. Recorded by a deep sea diver, this video shows a creepy white creature which looked like it was dead. But after some time, it started moving, and the movements were just like a snake. However, unlike a snake, it had no scaly skin or even eyes. The creature had a creepy white grayish color, and it was trying to hide from the human all the time. What exactly was the thing? I have no idea since I am not underwater expert, but if you guys do know, let me know in the comments down below. A normal day can turn into the scariest situations in the blink of an eye. Something similar happened to this guy who was running in the middle of the woods with a camera in his hand. At first, there is nothing that can be seen chasing him, so we all get confused, thinking why the guy was even running. But as a few seconds pass, we witness the creepiest thing. A grayish figure appeared from behind the bushes and started following the guy. The whole situation got him even more scared and started running faster than even Usain Bolt. However, jokes aside, the situation looked pretty scary as the figure kept following him until the video ended. I don't know if the guy made it out unharmed, but I will assume he did, and that is how we got this video. What exactly was the creature? Was it a cryptid, an alien, or just a human in some costume? With the video ending so abruptly, nothing can be said for sure, and the video remains open for discussion. Uploaded by an anonymous guy on TikTok, this video gained thousands of views and hundreds of theories people came up with. Recorded late at night by a guy, the video shows a huge silhouette ascending a hill. According to the guy who recorded it, he heard weird sounds coming out of his house, so he went to check what was happening, and that is when he saw this creature from the window. What exactly was the thing? No one could tell. However, one thing was for sure. Whatever that was, it was better to just stay away from it. By the looks of it, it looked like a human, but it was too massive to be one, so either it was probably something out of this world, or the video was fake. Personally, I think there is a possibility that it could be altered just to get some attention on the internet, but I can be wrong. What do you think? You never know when a normal outing with the family turns into something scary. This is exactly what happened to this family who were busy taking pictures with the camera's flash on. However, what they did not know was that a creepy figure was lurking so close to them, waiting for the flash to turn off so it could run away. Its attempt of leaving the place without getting noticed failed when the flashlight turned back on, capturing it in the moment. If we slow the clip down a bit and focus on the creature, we can see it was crouching on the ground and had white, almost transparent skin. It was exactly like what a ghost would look like. But was it really a ghost? I can't say for sure. The question remains unanswered. Tornadoes are scary in themselves, and most of the time, people try to run away when they see one, just so they can assure the safety of their things and their lives. However, this one guy had a weird idea, so instead of turning his car back, he decided to drive through the tornado. Fortunately, he was skilled enough to pass through the danger zone without getting hit by the swirling storm. And while doing so, he got us a unique view of the tornado, which you might have never seen before. However, it is to be kept in mind that this kind of stunt doesn't always work, and one needs to be very careful in such situations. I urge you all who are watching, be mindful near tornadoes. I had friends who've witnessed their sheer power and barely came out alive. Exploring abandoned places has never turned out to be good in years. Still, people don't ever stop doing that. Take these guys for instance. They decided to go to an abandoned building in the middle of the night and then got scared when they saw a ghost standing in their way.
Just go, take the right.
What else was going to happen anyways? The ghost had white overalls on and looked like a ghost of a patient. As the location of the places was never mentioned, we can make a guess that it was an abandoned hospital. The ghost could be a patient who died there. And the sight was scary enough to have the people run for their life a second after watching the figure standing in front of them. Was it a real ghost? Or was it a fake video just to get some attention on the internet? The conclusion is on you to make. While busy capturing his bunnies engaging in random activities, he heard something weird outside. Following the noise, he moved towards the window to see what it was, and to his shock, it resembled something straight out of a horror movie.
There's something like
crouching down there.
Yeah, could you get the light?
In the midst of darkness, a small ray of light fell on the figure apparently crouching down on the ground. However, as soon as the cryptid realized it had been seen by humans, it didn't waste a second before leaving the place. Despite being shocked to the core, the guy went out to get a clearer picture of the scary thing he had just seen. Unfortunately, the creepy figure was already gone for good before anyone could reach it. When looking back at the video, although blurry, I can see that this can't be an animal. The shape resembles a human, although it looks very strange and feral. This video sparked a clash online upon its posting, with many people claiming it as the ultimate evidence of cryptids being real, while others insisted it was a fake video. Regardless of which side you're on, witnessing such a thing in the middle of the night can be a downright scary experience, and there is no denying that. Feel free to draw your own conclusions about its authenticity. Woods have always been associated with mystery and darkness since mankind found its way on Earth. With creepy surroundings, wandering deadly predators, and the ominous darkness. However, this does not deter humans from visiting such potentially dangerous places. Take this guy, for instance. He decided to wander off looking for evidence of the unknown, and that is exactly what he found. Venturing deeper into the forest, he sensed a weird energy getting closer to him. Soon enough, he saw what exactly was making him feel that way. A scary figure, dressed as a normal human being, was standing a few feet away from him. The man pointed his flashlight towards the figure, but it did not move. It seemed as if the figure was just standing there, staring at the man, warning him to get away or face deadly consequences. Fortunately, the man heeded the warning and left the place before anything bad could happen.
I heard something here.
What's that?
Go.
Uploaded anonymously, the video remains a mystery yet to be solved. In my opinion, it could be someone's hanging clothes, but there was a head attached to it, so the chances of it being a ghost are very high. This video was found on a camera discovered in the Scottish woodland a couple of years ago. The camera had only a small clip of two bikers riding around the woods. During the ride, the camera turned towards a scary figure standing right beside them. The bikers paused for a second, looked at each other, before deciding to ride away from the place, as that creepy figure was not something they expected in normal circumstances. The figure had a white face and was completely covered in black overalls. It looked creepy enough to scare even the bravest man. Whether that was just a prop put in the forest to give a scare, I can hear something like a scream in the recording as well. Either way, I am glad they decided to pedal away and not investigate. What happens in abandoned buildings, especially when the buildings were once used for all holy purposes, like churches? This clip might give you a glimpse into the world of the abandoned and the paranormal. Recorded by a security camera placed inside the church, this clip appeared to be very normal at first. There was not a single soul in sight, but then something weird happened. A shadow figure appeared at the backside near the windows. It looked like the shadow of a bent man with a cloth on him, walking around. Everything returned to normal, only for the shadow to appear again, but this time slightly at the front near the benches. The possibility of a human being there is very low, so anyone who saw the clip quickly determined that it was a ghost. Or is there more to this clip that we don't know about? This video was uploaded on the internet in 2019, and when it hit the internet, it shocked everyone who saw it. To some, it might look like a normal clip of a family enjoying some fun time at night. However, it looks all fun and games, until you focus on the background, where a creepy whitish figure appears to be lurking. The humanoid figure just stayed hidden in the darkness, away from the humans, creepily stalking them all the time. He stood afar, then got a little closer, then went back, as if trying to take a better look at the men and the kid enjoying the swing. But what makes the whole clip a lot scarier is the part where the humans did not even sense the presence of the figure near them. Is it that the camera only could capture it, and it wasn't visible to the naked eye? Is it a cryptid, a skinwalker, or something else? The mystery remains unsolved still. They say curiosity kills the cat, but it can also be dangerous for humans, especially when they venture deep into the woods, alone and in the middle of the night. Take this lady, for instance. She went into the woods with the hope of finding something unusual, and that's exactly what happened. Initially, we could only see broken branches, the ground, and the surrounding. However, as she moved forward and started looking around, the camera focused on a scary creature sitting on the ground right in front of her. At first, she couldn't see the figure, but as soon as she did, it ran away and disappeared into the darkness, leaving the lady with no choice but to run for her life. She didn't know what the thing was or if it was planning to attack, so she chose the safe option of retreating back to her cabin.
What is that? Oh my God.
Taking a closer look at the figure, it had a weird black appearance and seemed to be crawling on the ground until the lady focused the flashlight on it. Could it be someone playing a prank on the lady? Or are there more secrets hiding in the woods than we know? Do let me know what you think. This clip was recorded by a man who kept hearing scary voices coming from his farm every night when he went to sleep. According to him, he tried looking for a reason, but couldn't find anything until one night when he gathered all the courage he had and went to check outside. To his surprise, he caught the culprit in the act. However, the whole scene must have sent shivers down his spine. A creepy, glowing figure was standing by the tree, staring at the man, scared and hesitant. The man didn't try to get too close, but kept pointing the flashlight towards it, hoping to scare the figure away somehow. For a minute straight, the glowing figure just stood there motionless, and the man kept a safe distance to avoid it. The video ended with the figure still in sight, and according to the man, it stood there for the whole night, but in the morning there was nothing anymore. It looks like it could be a prank. However, considering the situation and the fact it stood for hours there, nothing can be said for sure. Nature works in the weirdest ways. Some days are the most peaceful and calming, while others cause disasters no one ever saw coming. But there are times when nature shows its scary side, especially with animals. Take this clip, for instance. It shows a cow born in India. Unlike most cows, this calf was different. It had 2 heads. This happened due to some genetic mutation, and calves born with the same condition generally live no longer than a couple of days. This one, however, has lived for some good days and is still going. Although I am sad it has to endure this abnormality, I hope the calf will not suffer through it. This woman heard weird noises coming from her garden in the middle of the night, so she went to check what was causing it. All scared, she tried looking through the door, deciding not to go out. What she saw was scary enough to give someone nightmares for weeks. At first, the gate kept moving on its own, and the trees and the background indicated there was no wind at all. But how exactly was the gate moving on its own? The girl got pretty scared, but then she tried looking around to see if there was anything else. On the right side, not too far from the gate, she saw a scary figure standing. Since she didn't have a flashlight, she went back to get one. After she came back and looked again in the garden, there was no one. Only a cat sat there, looking around. The figure had disappeared, and the door had stopped moving. But then suddenly, she hears a loud knock on her door, and the video ends right there. Did something bad happen, or was it just a prank played by someone? I am not sure exactly what was going on there. Maybe the cat we saw was a skinwalker who is stalking this family. What do you think? Reddit is a treasure trove for discovering some of the most chilling and strange videos, and this particular one is no exception. The footage follows two friends exploring an unknown location in the dead of night, armed with their flashlights. Their journey leads them to a sewer entrance where they unexpectedly encounter a strange creature attempting to scale the metal fence.
Dude. Okay.
Witnessing this enigmatic being, both friends immediately bolt away, their screams echoing in the darkness.
You gotta go! Dude, nothing's booking it! Go! Dude, my light's not working.
As they put some distance between themselves and the creature, they glance back and continue recording, revealing that the creature seemed to chase them for a short distance. The encounter is undeniably terrifying, leaving us to ponder the motives behind the friends' nocturnal adventure. You've probably heard of Bigfoot, but did you know there's a cousin of Bigfoot known as the skunk ape? The skunk ape is a large, hairy, human-like creature said to live in the forests and swamps of the southeastern United States, particularly in Florida. In this video, which was captured by a tourist exploring the Florida swamps, something is seen moving among the distant trees. Initially, this creature appears ape-like, but upon closer inspection, it seems larger than a typical ape, and walks with a human-like posture. It's covered in thick black fur. To me, this sighting resembles the skunk ape, or perhaps even the mighty Bigfoot. What are your thoughts on this encounter? This video was uploaded on TikTok by a user who claimed to have accidentally captured something on the car's rear backup camera. In the video, the uploader explains the situation and shares what he's about to show us. Then, he shows a video where the car is in the middle of dense woods. From their voices, we can tell that there are 3 friends in the car, including the uploader, who is driving. One of their friends is extremely anxious and scared, believing they are stuck in the dark woods. The other friends try to calm him down while they back up the car. Suddenly, a growl and something hitting the car can be heard as they were reversing.
I will. We'll be all right.
This is
We're gonna be
ridiculous.
all right.
It's fucking pitch black at night, for fuck's sake.
We'll be all
We don't need
right.
to be out here.
We're not gonna get stuck.
Let's get the hell out of here.
You can't even see a way out, man.
You guys being pussies about it.
What the fuck's that?
This startles the already anxious friend, and the video ends. The video is quite strange, because we didn't see this creature in the rear camera, but we heard a growl and the car being hit. The growl sounded like it came from a dogman creature, but we can't say for sure without further evidence. One of our childhood dreams was to see a real-life mermaid, but our parents told us they didn't exist in real life. However, this video challenges that belief. In this video, we see an ocean view with a fishtail, fin wobbling around. What's strange about this tail fin is its narrowness compared to a regular fish. and it resembles a mermaid's tail. But I'm still skeptical about this being a genuine mermaid, dolphin, or any other fish. You can see the shape of 2 human legs, which likely means it's a costume. However, the strange thing is, if it were a costume, how can this person hold their breath underwater for such a long time, while also flapping the tail like that? This video was posted by a mom on Facebook, and it depicts a truly frightening and unsettling encounter within their own home. In the video, we see a little girl who appears frightened, and her mom, who is recording, is consoling her. The mom is a designer and has many mannequins in her room, which might seem strange to some, but they're accustomed to it. However, the daughter is terrified because she saw something under the closet door. The mom opens the closet to investigate, and she's a bit startled to see a mannequin standing right in front of her. After checking the closet and closing it, her daughter still looks at the closet door, now even more fearful. Suddenly, the mom glances behind her and notices the door is wide open with the mannequin standing there. The mannequin starts wobbling and then falls to the floor. Witnessing this, the mother and daughter quickly run from the room. This was an extremely unsettling experience, and I'm genuinely concerned about the daughter's mental well-being. I would strongly advise the mother to consider removing these mannequins, especially since the one in the closet appeared to be acting strangely. It all started with a normal house security camera recording the driveway. Then things got weird. 2 tiny creatures scurried into the frame, one from each side of the car. They moved unlike anything I'd ever seen, not walking, but taking tiny, hovering steps like they were floating. These little oddities strolled around for a while, then disappeared behind the car, leaving the camera recording nothing but the empty driveway. The strangest part? They looked almost identical, and their smooth bodies seemed to lack arms or legs entirely. They were like living lawn gnomes, but way creepier. I've searched high and low, but I can't find any animal on Earth that looks remotely like these things. Could they be visitors from another world? You be the judge, but this video has me seriously questioning what's out there. Motion sensor lights are a lifesaver, saving you the hassle of fumbling for switches in the dark. But sometimes they deliver scares instead of convenience, like this chilling clip. It all starts with a normal security camera recording a quiet night. Suddenly, the motion sensor light flickers on, illuminating the scene. However, there's no humans there. Instead, a tall, smoky figure drifts past the light, triggering it to turn on. The eerie figure floats across the frame, sending shivers down your spine. This isn't just any shadow. It seems to have a form of its own. Then the main house lights come on, triggered by the same unexplained presence. The video cuts out just as quickly, leaving you with more questions than answers. Could it be a glitch in the system, perhaps? But the odds of both the camera and the sensors malfunctioning at the same time seem slim. So what exactly triggered the lights on this unsettling night? We may never know, but this clip is sure to spark your imagination and make you think twice about what goes bump in the night. This Facebook clip has got my nerves on edge. A woman claims she spotted something bizarre in the back of her property, so she grabbed her truck for a closer look. What she filmed is definitely unsettling. The video she recorded shows a view of a forest from her truck, and in the distance, something is standing perfectly still. It looks like a tall figure in white clothes, with a completely blank white head. No hair, no eyes, nothing. This thing is just staring straight at her, frozen. The whole scene has a creepy, ominous vibe, Was it a prank? Maybe some weirdo in a strange costume? If so, they absolutely nailed it. It looks disturbingly real. But if it wasn't, what on earth was that figure doing out there? And why wasn't it moving? This mystery will definitely give me the shivers tonight. This video has viewers divided. While some are excited, really hoping it's real, others, like myself, are crossing their fingers, praying it's a fake. The video, filmed by a motion sensor camera in Canada, shows the camera triggered by nearby movement. As the recording starts, we see bushes in the frame, then a flash of a small, lizard-like creature before the video ends. At first glance, it appears to be a lizard, but upon closer inspection, things get strange. Slowing down the footage and zooming in, we see the creature has 2 back legs and 2 shorter arms in the front. Its head shape also differs significantly from a lizard, resembling a dinosaur called Velociraptor. The creature also moves with incredible speed. The creature's texture blends seamlessly with its surroundings, and the way the bushes move as it walks appears very lifelike. The thought of these beastly creatures existing in our world is chilling, but it's also possible it's just a case of amazing computer-generated imagery. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. This video has me baffled. Why do some hikers crave nighttime adventures in remote, desolate woods, even with unsettling videos like this circulating online? The footage comes from one such hiker exploring the acacia woods. While filming his surroundings, he spots something unusual in the distance, nestled among the trees.
It doesn't hold form. I don't know, guys. What do you think?
The creature also notices the hiker and starts running away. According to the hiker, the figure initially resembled a human, but the way it ran and its unusual body structure convinced him it was a cryptid. The creature appeared quite large and swift, which frankly chills me to the bone. Witnessing such an agile and massive being makes me wonder what would have happened if it chose to attack. Adding to the unsettling atmosphere is the creature's fixed gaze on the hiker, almost as if it had malicious intent. Get ready for the weirdest thing you'll see all day. A group of woodcutters stumbled upon a completely bizarre sight. A tree fountain as they cut into the trunk. A powerful stream of water shot out like a geyser.
That's crazy.
It kept gushing for a while, leaving everyone completely baffled. How often do you see something like that? Thinking of exploring a spooky local abandoned place with friends? Watch this video first. It shows a super old abandoned palace at night. The place has giant doorways and hallways that seem to stretch forever. The camera slowly pans across one of these big doorways, holding on it for a while. Suddenly, the cameraman hears something down the long hallway. He swings the camera back towards the sound and gets the scare of his life. A ghostly figure is standing there, staring right at him. It just stands there, completely still, in a way that sends shivers down your spine. It looks like a big, tall, human-shaped ghost. Maybe it's the spirit of someone who used to live in the palace, angry that someone dared to enter their territory. I think the cameraman made the right choice to get out of there. It's probably best to leave these abandoned places alone, especially at night. There's something unsettling about videos of lone figures deep in the woods. Even if they're not doing anything creepy, it's just strange to see them out there. This video, shot by a hiker, takes that feeling to a new level. In this video, it's dark and hard to see clearly, but there's a strange, human-like figure moving between the trees. We can see its head and hands, and it seems to be breaking branches. But why? Suddenly, the creature notices the hiker recording it and lets out a loud whoop, like a monkey. The sound is a warning, and the hiker takes it. They run, and the video ends. To me, the creature looks like an ape or a gorilla, but that's impossible. So, what was it? This next TikTok clip will have you debating whether to hide under the covers or hit rewind. The video shows a deserted street, shrouded in an unsettling quiet. But that peace is shattered when a terrifying figure appears. It's humanoid, vaguely resembling a person. But its face is a mask of pure terror. Its mouth hangs wide open, letting out a blood-curdling scream that would make your hair stand on end. As if that wasn't enough, the figure floats, yes, levitates, while it screams and weeps in what seems like unimaginable agony. The cameraman, clearly shaken, films from a hidden spot, capturing the whole horrifying scene. Now, is this genuine evidence of the paranormal, or a masterfully crafted piece of computer-generated imagery? While the lack of witnesses and the intensity of the scream raise doubts, the visual effects are quite convincing. One thing's for sure, this clip will leave you questioning what lurks in the shadows and the line between fact and fiction. Have you ever heard of the Michigan Dogman? It's a legendary creature said to roam the forests of Michigan, described as a giant bipedal wolfman with glowing eyes and a terrifying howl. Recently, a video on Reddit sparked chills down spines, claiming to capture the elusive Dogman. In the video, the cameraman shines a flashlight into the dark bushes. After a tense moment, something moves. We see what appear to be dog-like ears peeking through the leaves, followed by a glimpse of a snout. The creature's lower body, visible through the gaps, seems vaguely human-shaped. Seeing this grainy footage has many people wondering, is this the real Michigan Dogman? It's hard to say for sure. The video is blurry and doesn't offer a clear view of the creature. While it's fun to think about mysterious creatures like the Dogman, it's important to be critical of such claims. It's always possible that the video is a hoax, or simply misidentifies a known animal. Remember, the unknown can be exciting, but approaching it with a healthy dose of skepticism is always a good idea. Ever dream of seeing a real mermaid, just like in the movies? This video might bring back those childhood fantasies. It claims to show a mermaid swimming in the Great Barrier Reef. Back in 2011, deep divers were exploring the ocean depths, studying the amazing underwater creatures. While filming their journey, their head camera captured something strange. A fish that looked half human, half fish. It resembled what we typically picture as a mermaid. The video shows the creature twice, and both times it appears to be a mermaid. It's definitely a bizarre and fascinating sight, sparking questions about what lies beneath the ocean waves. However, there's always a chance this could be a hoax or clever editing. So, is it real? Or is it fake? You decide. A group of paranormal investigators in South Africa were on a mission to explore a desolate area rumored to be haunted by locals. Armed with their equipment and a bit of doubt, they spent the night recording the area, searching for any evidence of the paranormal. Suddenly, in the dead of night, their investigation took a chilling turn. In the distance, on the deserted road, they spotted a figure. It stood motionless, shrouded in the darkness. This figure vaguely resembling a young girl, was translucent, almost transparent, allowing the investigators to see straight through it. The desolate surroundings, with the forest looming on either side of the road, only amplified the unsettling atmosphere. After a moment of stunned silence, realizing the local legends might hold some truth after all, the investigators decided to cut their investigation short. They quickly packed their equipment and left the area, leaving the eerie figure standing alone on the deserted road. This encounter, unlike many of their past experiences, left the investigators shaken, forcing them to confront the possibility of the truly unknown. In this captivating video, we see the scene from the perspective of someone filming from a water coaster gliding through a canal. What's truly intriguing is the presence of a mysterious creature seen in the water right behind their boat. This creature seems to be following them, creating an element of suspense and wonder. The creature's movements, closely trailing the boat, suggest an intelligence or curiosity. Could it be some strange fish? I am not sure. For 1 second, I could have sworn I spotted an arm. The existence of Bigfoot has always piqued people's curiosity. Experts worldwide have examined the evidence that has been captured and witnessed. One such piece of evidence is a video in which a massive creature was recorded by a man as it roamed through the woods. In the video, the man recording remained at a considerable distance from the camera, making a concerted effort to stay hidden from the creature. The creature had a colossal body covered in shiny black fur. To some, it might resemble a person in a gorilla costume due to its gait. But many saw it as significant evidence of the mythical creature's existence. When the video was uploaded to YouTube, it garnered millions of views and caught the attention of experts. Nevertheless, they still could not definitively determine whether the video was a clever fake or an authentic encounter. Prepare yourself if you have arachnophobia, the fear of spiders, as this video from an Australian wildlife photographer showcases a surprising encounter with nature. The photographer points the camera towards what seems like grass on a tree. However, upon poking the grassy patch with a stick, the horrifying truth is revealed. It's not grass but a cluster of spiders, numbering in the thousands. As the photographer disrupts their piece, the spiders start scurrying and moving, creating an eerie and unsettling sight. Despite their creepy appearance, these spiders are neither poisonous nor aggressive. They are simply hibernating together on the tree until disturbed. Fortunately, it's relatively rare for these spiders to form such clusters in homes, as they typically prefer desolate places like abandoned buildings or trees. However, if you have a room that hasn't been visited for a while, be cautious, as they might decide to take up residence there. Have you ever witnessed a disabled ghost? This video originates from a hospital security camera in Spain, capturing a wheelchair moving autonomously. The wheelchair starts rolling, smoothly navigating over a speed bump, then unexpectedly goes in reverse until it exits the camera frame, concluding the video. It's worth noting that this incident occurred at night, and there is no one visible near the wheelchair or within the camera's view, indicating it moved entirely on its own. The eerie nature of the scene suggests a ghost or spirit's involvement. While exploring more far-fetched logical explanations, one might consider the possibility of strings being attached to the wheelchair. However, moving a heavy wheelchair would likely require thick ropes or strings, which should be visible in the camera footage. Yet, none are present. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. In a stunning video from Indonesia, a fisherman had reeled in the aquatic version of a horror story. The video showcased the fisherman proudly displaying his strange and eerie catch. Initially, the fish seemed ordinary, but as the camera focused on its face, the horror unfolded. The fish had two terrifying mouths, each paired with a set of eyes, creating a truly unsettling sight. Adding to the eerie discovery, as the camera panned to the fish's lower body, observers noticed not only two mouths, but also two fins and two tails, indicating a mutated state. This raised concerns about potential causes, such as oil leaks or industrial waste dumped into the ocean, leading to such mutations. Now the question arose: would the fishermen sell this rare and monstrous fish for extra value? Or would people be too afraid to purchase such a horrific and abnormal creature? We've all heard about the legendary creatures known as chupacabras, those supposedly mythical beings with a reptilian, alien-like body, roughly the size of a small bear. According to the stories, they attack and drink the blood of livestock, especially goat. But, of course, we all know they're just myths, right? Or do we? This video from Puerto Rico throws a twist into the tale, as it shows what many people are calling a real-life chupacabra. The creature in the video appears to be deceased, likely the result of a recent roadkill accident. What's particularly unsettling are the features of this creature. Just take a look at its face. Those horrifying teeth that seem like they could cut through anything with ease. The eyes convey a sense of pure evil and terror, and the lower body and tail look strangely alien-like. Encounters with these types of creatures are quite alarming, especially as sightings seem to be increasing. The lingering question remains: are chupacabras merely myths, or could there be something more to these unsettling creatures? This video takes us to India, where it captures an eerie scene unfolding at 2 a.m. on the streets. A homeless man is peacefully sleeping under a makeshift shelter when a strange and creepy creature, resembling a humanoid moving on all fours, crawls near him. As the creature continues its unsettling crawl, it stops upon noticing a lantern on a stool nearby. Here's where things get even more bizarre. The creature, displaying apparent telepathic abilities, moves the table and lantern without any physical touch. With its telepathic power, the cryptid levitates the lantern in the air for a while before vanishing out of the frame, concluding the video. Remarkably, throughout this strange encounter, the homeless man remains in deep slumber, oblivious to the unsettling situation around him. While the creature itself is undeniably scary, what adds to the fear is the unknown motive behind its actions. The video raises more questions than it answers, leaving us to wonder about the mysterious intentions of this strange and otherworldly being. This video, uploaded on Facebook by a hiking couple, claims to have captured what they believe to be a Bigfoot in the distance. The footage reveals a dense fog in the woods, and as the couple zooms in, a massive creature comes into view, seemingly engaged in its own activities. The initial impression suggests something akin to a gorilla or ape, but here's the catch. The video is from Canada, where there's no native population of apes or gorillas. This leads the couple to believe that the creature they encountered might indeed be a Bigfoot. As the couple realizes the unusual nature of their discovery, fear sets in, prompting them to cut the recording short and make a hasty retreat.
I'm waiting. Dogs! Woo!
The question arises, is the creature captured in the video truly a Bigfoot, or could it be something even more sinister and terrifying? This video from the late 2000s started making waves on the internet, showcasing what many people claim to be a clip of an alien creature. In this footage, we are confronted with a bizarre entity seemingly lifeless inside a pan. The creature's pinkish skin, open lower body, and overall appearance give off an eerie alien vibe. While there might be a logical explanation that this creature could be a mutated version of a known species, its deformities and strangeness defy easy classification. It lacks legs, hands, and its lower body is unusually large, topped with a head resembling that of a turtle. Whatever it is, this creature elicits feelings of disgust and unease, and the mysterious nature of its existence raises questions about its place on our Earth among other creatures and humans. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. This video, pulled from Facebook and quite an old one, takes us to a strange scene in the middle of nowhere, a drainage system standing alone. After a few seconds into the video, a head pops out from the drainage pipe, and things take a spooky turn. Upon closer inspection, the head bears a resemblance to what many people would describe as an alien. The alien-like creature peeks out for just a few seconds before the video abruptly ends, leaving us with a multitude of questions. Why was the person recording in the middle of nowhere, focusing on a drainage pipe? What on Earth, or possibly not from Earth, was that alien-like being doing inside the drainage system? Now, some skeptics out there claim that the video is a result of computer-generated imagery. However, those who argue otherwise point to the seamless blending of the creature's skin texture with the background, making it challenging to believe it's computer-generated imagery. The mystery behind this odd encounter leaves us contemplating the possibilities of extraterrestrial visits, or perhaps just a well-executed, yet bizarre, video moment in the middle of nowhere. After witnessing albino versions of pandas, raccoons, and deer, it's time for an albino mountain goat to steal the spotlight. This video, coming all the way from Western North America, treats us to the sight of an albino mountain goat gracefully scaling a distant mountain. This majestic albino goat is a stunning sight, completely pure white and easily distinguishable from afar. Covered in thick, snowy fur, it exudes a unique and beautiful aura. Now you might be wondering, how can you tell an albino mountain goat apart from a regular white one? Well, albino mountain goats have pink noses and hooves, and their coats tend to be even whiter compared to their non-albino counterparts. In this particular video, although not crystal clear, a slight pinkish hue on the goat's hooves hints at its rare albino status. This video was captured at a zoo where a black bear steals the show by walking in an uncanny humanoid posture. The bear maintains a straight back, resembling the gait of a human. The person recording the video finds this weird walk amusing, bursting into laughter at the sight.
Oh, there you go. You're doing so good.
Remarkably, the bear appears comfortable with this walking style, suggesting it might be a familiar and routine behavior for the animal. The question arises, why would a bear adopt such a human-like walking stance? Bears may stand on their hind legs to gain a better vantage point, or to catch scents they cannot identify. In the video, it seems likely that the bear was either trying to reach something at a height or was intrigued by an unfamiliar scent that it was attempting to decipher. The scene, although interesting and humorous, raises curiosity about the bear's motives behind this unique behavior. I can't help but envision the bear adorned with a long coat and walking like that. Living in Florida? Better make sure you've got a pack of guard dogs, because you never know when something like this might go down. In a security camera video, we get a peek into a backyard where a couple of dogs are hanging out. But these dogs aren't chilling. They're visibly distressed and on high alert. barking aggressively at something just out of the frame. Out of nowhere, a hefty crocodile lunges at the dogs, but quick as lightning, they dodge the attack. This crocodile means business, looking pretty aggressive. But it surprisingly backs off after its initial attempt. The fearless dogs, not backing down, stand their ground, continuing to bark defiantly. And that's where the video leaves us hanging. Let's give credit where it's due. Those dogs were dangerously close to the crocodile, and if they hadn't reacted so swiftly, things could have taken a nasty turn. I have to say, kudos to these brave pups for holding their own and defending the house from an unexpected reptilian visitor. Take a look at this creature. Doesn't it resemble something you'd expect to encounter in a movie on another planet? This weirdly shaped creature is, in fact, a monkey slug caterpillar, and it often gets mistaken for a hairy spider, or sometimes even for a moldy leaf. The larva of this creature sports 6 hairy arms that curl out on either side of its body. Its extremely short alien-like tentacles serve as legs, and its prolegs act like suction cups, giving it a slug-like appearance when viewed belly side up. Watching this creature in action, with its minuscule legs and oddly long arms, is strangely mesmerizing. In some instances, a quick glance might lead someone to mistake it for a peculiar tarantula. Despite its appearance resembling a nightmare from another world, the monkey slug caterpillar is, in fact, relatively harmless. Scientists have tested the spider hairs for venom and found them to be innocuous. However, caution is still advised. My advice to you is to refrain from touching or grabbing this creature willingly, as individual sensitivities or allergies are variable and unpredictable. In the world, there are 2 kinds of people: those who have researched and believe in the existence of aliens, and others, like myself, who consider aliens to be nothing more than a product of human imagination. However, after encountering this video from the US Air Force, even skeptics like me might need to reconsider their stance. The footage captures the night sky, revealing an unidentified flying object gracefully soaring through the air. This object appears to resemble a spaceship, complete with a plate-like structure and a pilot cabin at its forefront. The video even includes close-up shots of the spaceship's cockpit, where 2 alien-like figures are observed piloting the craft. These beings bear an uncanny resemblance to the aliens commonly depicted in movies. Notably, the spaceship appears to be flying at a relatively low altitude, prompting speculation that, if genuine, it might be navigating Earth's surface. The image captured from the cockpit provides a fascinating glimpse of curious-looking aliens. Additionally, it's impressive that the US Air Force possesses cameras capable of zooming in to such an extent, capturing distant objects in the night sky. This eerie video originates from California, showcasing a family being stalked by an unusual ghostly entity. The footage, captured by a trail camera on their farmhouse, unfolds as the homeowner searches for something in the trunk of his car. Unbeknownst to him, a ghostly figure emerges from the woods in the background. This spectral figure takes on a humanoid shape, and, as it passes behind the car, mysteriously bends down and disappears. The homeowner remains oblivious to the presence of this unsettling creature as he goes about his business. Encountering such a humanoid entity in the forest is undeniably chilling. What adds an extra layer of fear to this encounter is the unknown motives behind these creatures' actions. The lack of understanding about their intentions raises concerns, leaving us to wonder if their presence might not be entirely innocent. I am not sure about you, but I would not be hanging around that place anymore. If the previous video didn't already make you a believer in aliens, this one is likely to change your mind. From a security camera belonging to a local company, this video captures the nighttime sky with a large, bright, and strange orb stealing the spotlight. While initially resembling a brilliantly shining star, a closer zoom reveals its odd shape, resembling that of a spaceship. This radiant anomaly remains visible in the sky for an extended period, hovering over a specific area. The local residents have also witnessed this phenomenon, with numerous videos circulating, ruling out the possibility of a mere camera glitch or error.
Disappeared, and I monitored this camera for the rest of the night, and it never came back. So,
if this indeed turns out to be an alien spaceship, perhaps it's time for me to start considering the construction of a bunker for protection from a potential extraterrestrial invasion. For more captivating content like this, click here. Thank you for tuning in. Two men returning to what appears to be a deserted and isolated house at night. It is unclear if the home is theirs, possibly abandoned due to what follows, or merely a site of strange activity. Either way, their behavior is odd. Pulling up, one of them focuses his flashlight at the windows. Pay close attention, or you just might miss it.
Holy what? Go, 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 go.
Most towns have one. Creepy, deserted old house that has given way to neglect. Perhaps the owners grew old and died. Perhaps something terrible happened there. This is one of those houses. Note the tall grass out front. The air of abandonment. And then, so quick, you almost miss it. The figure of a small boy standing in the doorway. Why is he there? What nightmare unfolded behind those walls? Why is he trapped, unable to leave? The men seem to know that the house has a reputation. They do not get out of the car. Even when it is clear the figure is the height of a child, they do not stop to investigate. Instead, they speed off into the night, leaving us to wonder what really happened there. Watch again in the zoomed-in footage. Illinois. Zoomed in and surprisingly clear footage captures something utterly terrifying amongst the trees. At first sight, it is barely detectable, but then a figure emerges. A hulking bipedal creature stands almost as tall as the trees in the snow-covered landscape. Spotted, it begins to move. Is this a hoax or further compelling evidence to suggest that Bigfoot really exists? The scale of the creature positioned amongst the trees and the confident manner it moves in this snowy wilderness suggests that this is its home. The overall shape of the creature and the almost conical head add to the case for this being real. On being discovered, it vanishes into the trees. Chilling at home alone shouldn't be this stressful. Watch what happens in this unsuspecting encounter that really is too close for comfort.
I'm home alone, right? But
A ghostly reflection of what looks like a woman with long dark hair or something pulled over its head appears alongside the poster of the video. Shot in a seemingly continuous point of view, the image is quite terrifying, but her response to the moment is anything but. Perhaps I'd be more convinced if she wasn't so calm to her invisible flatmate. Her demeanor does little to suggest shock or horror. Does the poster just have nerves of steel? Or is it a hoax born of some editing? You be the judge. We see a lot of poor footage of Bigfoot online, which makes the videos we're showing in this episode something of an exception. This one, although zoomed in, seems to capture the creature in fairly close proximity. Pay attention to the movement of this Bigfoot. It has a somewhat different gait to others we've seen. Could this relaxed stride be due to the fact that the creature is unaware that it has been discovered? Or is that the most epic Halloween costume? On Trail Terror, we feature a number of clips of animals in their natural habitat, particularly deer and elk during rutting season. These animals display a diverse number of vocalizations that serve to not only attract mates, but warn others of danger. A Texas police officer stops at a rest stop and records the following sound emanating from the woods beyond. Is initially noticeable is the sheer volume of the bellow. It feels almost otherworldly. Could this be the call of a really large stag or elk? Or as this police officer suggests, the cry of Bigfoot? This startling footage claims to capture the face of Bigfoot. The likeness to human features is incredibly disturbing, but the more you look at the sheer size of its head and the somewhat large gap between its round eyes, these features resemble something less human. Here, the creature seems relaxed and even curious as it glances in the direction of the camera. It knows it's being watched, but in turn it is watching. In other videos, Bigfoot hunters claim that these creatures often have one member who serves as a lookout to protect its family. We have showed earlier videos on this channel where similar close-ups of Bigfoot's face have been captured, but the picture quality has not been as clear. This face confirms the face captured in other sightings, supplying a compelling case for its existence. This mesmerizing and rare footage captures a close-up human encounter with a mountain lion. Watch as the poster and his family come across the calm cat on their walk. Fortunately, the kitty isn't in the mood to rip their faces off. In most eventualities, mountain lion attacks on humans are not that common. If they wanted to hunt us, they would. Having said that, never play submissive to a cougar if you wish to survive. The glorious creature remains relaxed and still as the humans admire her beauty. In this eerie video, it's not so much what we see that captures our attention, but what we hear, filmed by someone at night near the edge of a forest. The person uses a flashlight to light up different parts of the forest entrance. But why are they doing this? The reason becomes clear when you listen. These aren't just any screams. They're the kind that make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. The person filming is trying to see if they can spot whatever is making these sounds by shining their flashlight into the forest. But it's the sound that really stands out in this video. What could be making these creepy noises? Is it an animal known for making such sounds? A person in distress? Or something entirely unknown? In this fascinating video, we witness a rare and extraordinary natural phenomenon that's both strange and captivating. The scene unfolds on a lake where the ice covering its surface undergoes an incredible transformation. Instead of the solid, smooth ice we might expect, the entire surface appears to have been composed of hundreds of thousands of icicles, closely bound together as if they were glued to one another. Suddenly, this tightly interlocked icy surface begins to disintegrate, separating into thousands of individual icicles. It's a mesmerizing sight, watching these icicles break apart and reveal their distinct forms, each one a unique piece of the larger whole that once blanketed the lake. I have never seen anything like this before. Have you? Is there an explanation for this phenomenon? If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. This video will give you the chills, captured by a surveillance camera overlooking the garden in front of a house. We're given a glimpse into an eerie occurrence that unfolds on the garden's central pathway leading to the house. Initially, the footage shows a seemingly normal scene with people walking along the alley, going about their business, and then leaving the area. However, what happens next is far from ordinary. After the people have left, the camera captures an astonishing sight. a translucent humanoid figure appears, walking down the same alley. This figure, resembling the ghost of a little girl wearing a dress, moves with a haunting grace along the path where the previous visitors had just walked. The ghostly apparition is not entirely clear, given its translucent nature, adding to the eerie and unsettling atmosphere of the video. Could this be a lingering spirit retracing old steps? Or is it a rational explanation for what we just saw? Maybe the family that lived there before had a little girl that died and the spirit never left its home. In this video, we see a street that's underwater because of a flood. A car is trying to move forward on a part of the street where the water isn't so deep. But there's a surprise waiting for them. A crocodile is swimming around right there in the water. It's a strange and a bit scary to see a crocodile so close to where people live, just swimming in the floodwater on the street. It's unusual to see wild animals, especially crocodiles, so close to human spaces. These creatures terrify me. It looks like nothing scares them at all, given the fact that they get so close to humans. Maybe the nature is trying to tell us something. Maybe it raises a sign of alarm for us, but we keep ignoring it. These encounters are not normal. These scenes are pretty sad to watch, as we see a huge crocodile that has been captured and is being restrained by 5 men. Despite the strength of these 5 men trying their best to keep the crocodile still, the animal shows its incredible power by managing to move and roll, showcasing its strength. What's really striking about this scene, aside from the struggle, is the sheer size of the crocodile, much larger than a normal crocodile. This scene can evoke a range of emotions, from awe at the crocodile's strength and size to sadness over the situation it finds itself in, bound and controlled by humans. It's so sad what humans can do. In this unsettling video, we're shown footage taken by a man from the safety of his own home, late at night. It's dark outside, but the video captures something truly eerie. What appears to be a child banging on the door with their hands. The man filming even manages to get a shot of the child's face, adding to the tension of the moment. However, the creepiness escalates when the man decides to open the door. Despite the clear sounds of banging and the visual evidence of someone, or something, outside, there's a shocking twist. When the door swings open, there's nobody there. The space outside the door, where just moments before a child seemed to be urgently trying to get in, is now completely empty. This video gives me the chills. There is no way the child could have ran away, as the man opened the door really quick. I still hope there is a logical explanation for what we have just seen. This video is really gross and may not be for the faint-hearted. It shows a sink drain, which is in a state of neglect and quite dirty. What makes this video particularly gross is that there appears to be a creature trying to make its way out of the drain. Given the condition of the sink and the glimpses of the creature we see, it's reasonable to speculate that the animal struggling to emerge is a rat. I am disgusted by this video, and I am sure I could not live in a house where there are rats emerging from the pipes. In this video, we're shown a series of clips from various surveillance cameras inside a restaurant, each capturing an extraordinary and chaotic event. A deer, an unexpected visitor, has somehow found its way into the restaurant, leading to a frenzy of activity. As the deer moves through the establishment, its confusion and fear are palpable, causing it to dash frantically from one room to another. Throughout the footage, we can see the deer knocking over tables, scattering chairs, and generally causing havoc as it tries to find its way out. The animal's sudden appearance and unpredictable movements create a tense atmosphere, not just for the deer, but also for the customers and staff present. People can be seen reacting with a mixture of surprise, fear, and urgency trying to avoid the deer or help guide it towards an exit. I think that these encounters with animals getting too close to human environments is a sign of alarm. Maybe we are ruining their home, or maybe I am too dramatic and the poor deer was running from something. This video will shock you, taken from the surveillance camera of a supermarket during the quiet hours of the night. This footage presents a puzzling and unsettling sight. It shows a shopping cart eerily moving on its own, navigating the supermarket aisles with no one in sight to guide it. Intriguingly, the cart even takes a turn, moving from one aisle to another, suggesting that the movement couldn't easily be dismissed as the work of the wind or a simple tilt in the floor. The absence of any visible person or force behind the cart's movement raises questions and speculation. Could this be the work of a ghost? The idea might seem far-fetched, but the peculiar and deliberate movements of the shopping cart, captured in the stillness of the night, makes me think of something supernatural. In this captivating video, shot from within the depths of the woods, we're presented with a sight that is both extraordinary and mystifying. Hidden among the greenery of the trees and vegetation, the footage reveals the presence of small, skinny, humanoid figures. These creatures are depicted as naked but lack any defining sexual characteristics, adding to their enigmatic nature. The appearance of these beings raises immediate questions about their identity. Are they goblins, as suggested by their diminutive and slender forms, which seem to belong more to the realm of folklore and myth than our modern world? Or could the footage be the result of computer-generated imagery designed to create a convincing illusion of their existence? Having a companion dog with you when venturing into a forest for hiking can be crucial for your safety, and this video provides a compelling example of why. The footage, recorded by a hiker, shows a forest trail with a black figure standing on the other side. The figure seems to notice the hiker recording and begins to flee. The hiker's dog reacts by barking at the figure, causing it to retreat even faster.
Oh my god, no, Ziggy, no!
The creature is described as humanoid, with a strong built body covered in thick black fur, resembling a Bigfoot. The presence of the dog played a key role in deterring the creature and ensuring the hiker's safety. It prompts the consideration of what might have happened if the hiker didn't have a dog with them. The protective instincts of a canine companion can make a significant difference in encounters with wildlife, providing an added layer of security during outdoor adventures. This video is from a beach, showcasing the discovery of a peculiar siren-like creature washed up on the shore. The footage begins with a view of the beach scattered with washed-up wood branches. The camera then focuses on a dried-up, eerie-looking body. Upon closer inspection, the creature appears to resemble a mermaid with long feminine hair on its head. The lower half of the creature resembles that of a fish, while the upper body resembles a human. However, there's a possibility that this could be a fake or a prop deliberately placed there by someone. The suspicion arises because the creature's appearance suggests it might be a wooden model created for a specific effect. Regardless of its authenticity, the creature in the video does convey a creepy and unsettling vibe. This video was caught by a hunter who was bothered by these sounds. It is obviously an animal of some sort. Perhaps in distress or maybe giving warning sounds. This is one of the creepy noises you're ever likely to hear, particularly if you're alone somewhere remote at night. These sounds have caused a wave of speculation, as it has captured imagination of many wondering what it could be. Most have suggested this to be from maybe a moose or an elk. What do you think? Is it the mating call of a randy moose, a trapped bobcat, or something more sinister? Let us know your guesses in the comments below. This is a clip of a really unnerving scene. From far you might think your mind is playing tricks on you, until we zoom on the strange figure. It looks like a really tall humanoid shadow is holding onto the pole beside it. It is something unfamiliar and out of the ordinary, and I have never seen anything like it. Examining its physique, our attention is drawn to its elongated limbs and stretched out body. Could it be a person dressed in all black, possibly to cause speculation? A shadow of something tall causing a glitch in the camera, or an optical illusion created by certain lighting conditions, or in an eerie case, we could be in a presence of some sort of spirit. This video was recorded by a person who claimed the area to be infested by an anomaly, the Bigfoot. He was daring enough to take an adventure in the middle of the woods at night alone, and is met by something lurking in the dark. As he shines his flashlight into the forest, he sees the reflection of the eyes of a big animal relentlessly staring at him.
Okay, I need to figure out what this thing is before we go any further. There he is, right there. See him?
This sends chills down his spine. Just then, a towering pale shadow swiftly passes between the trees going in the right side. We cannot understand what the figure is due to the darkness. Our attention immediately shifts from the uncanny presence to the queer sounds that rent the air. Well, I think this could be just a mere mountain lion out in the night hunting for a snack. This camera caught a Bigfoot in 2015. Although the video is low quality, the details are pretty visible. The massive creature, covered in a rich coat of black hair, can be seen walking towards a certain point. It stops, and one can see it extending its really long arms towards the tree trunk. At the same moments, it starts to shake the tree with sheer strength. It is both awe-inspiring and terrifying at the same time. It leaves the tree and proceeds to another. What was the Bigfoot doing with the trees? Was it trying to take the tree down? Or it could be some sort of communication between Bigfoot entities? The local authority in this area had detected some movement on a private property and went on to check what it was, only to see this.
Hey! You're on private property!
He immediately stops when he sees a furry figure stalking amidst the bushes. This startles him. A form of light can be seen flickering in the bushes. Suddenly, the figure emerges from a thicket. It is enveloped by a dense covering of hair. Due to the low lighting in the footage, we cannot see its face, but what is visible is its short stature. As if agitated, this figure starts approaching the person recording, and this frightens him, and he turns to retreat in the other direction. I wonder what this thing could be. Supposedly a Bigfoot, or just a really creepy intruder. This security camera caught this very scary occurrence at a certain checkpoint. A car can be seen approaching the security checkpoint. As it stops, something seems to be really strange. The car appears to have no driver at all. And the guard surely notices all these weirdness. He gets out to investigate what really could be going on. Suddenly, something on the roof of the car terrifies the daylights out of him, and he drops to the ground in panic as he scrambles away. Our attention shifts to the apparition on the car. It seems to be pretty real to me. Due to the darkness, I can't make out what this strange figure is, but it is surely scary from the guard's reaction. These two uncanny events truly perturb one. Where was the driver? And what's the creature on the roof? Could be witnessing a ghost driver. These two guys were out for a walk when they recognized something moving between the trees. As one of them continues recording, we can see a creature's head bobbling up and down as it walks.
Oh shit. Oh my God. What is that thing, man? I didn't know it was that fucking big. It's not coming up here, is it?
No, I didn't think it recognizes, man. Calm down, be quiet.
Shortly, it emerges, a black, enigmatic figure. It is really immense that the people recording exclaim with astonishment. It is not aware of the people watching it, and it casually strolls away from the huge steps it is taking. I think it's a really tall creature. This bipedal subject seems to be enveloped in a thick coat of fur. Do you see how it's walking while arms hang down its side? This depiction aligns with the general perception of the Bigfoot. For more captivating content like this, click here. Thank you for tuning in.